to my family. So, good morning. I'm Jane Grody-Abel. I'm chairman of Donato's Pizza. Mayor Coleman, county commissioners, and other members of our Columbus City government, members of the media, and fellow Columbus employers, I'd like to personally thank you for taking time out of your busy day to visit us at our home here at Donato's Pizza. It's especially exciting to me as we are here to we are celebrating our 50th anniversary of being in business in Columbus. I'm very excited about this partnership and this initiative, and 50 years ago, my dad started Donato's Pizza on the south side of Columbus, Ohio, on Thurman Avenue, and prior to that, he was 14 years of age, went from being a paper boy to a pizza maker when he started his first job, and the importance of that to this day for us is the importance of hiring youth. He learned a lot of wonderful things when he was young and actually wanted to open his first business at age of 16. And my grandpa said, stay in school. So he did, but he kept making pizzas, which was great. So at age of 19, he actually bought Donato's and bought the name Donato's, which means to give a good thing. Part of our promise is to promote goodwill through our product, our principles, our service, and our people. So to this day, we believe in hiring 14, 15, 16-year-olds, very committed to it. We have over 800 associates as part of our family today that are between the ages of 14 and 24, and we're very proud of that. We're also very proud that many of our people started as an hourly associate or as a delivery driver in our restaurants and that are now managers. Some of them own franchise. Some of them are still here and never left. So we're very proud of that. You might want me to, but I'm not. As leaders of the business community here in Columbus, we know the power of uniting behind a great cause. I would like to invite all of Columbus to get behind this initiative and make this our best summer yet. I think we have some great goals in hiring children, young adults between the ages of 14 to 24 in the city of Columbus and giving them a really great work experience so that they have the eyes of the future. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce the President of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners, Commissioner John O'Grady.
Thank you, Jane. Good morning to everybody. It's great to be here at Donato's. My kids are jealous right now. For 2 years in a row, we bought, your dad put out in a silent auction. He agreed to do a year's supply of Donato's Pizza. My children were in heaven for 2 years, and this year we didn't win the silent auction, and they were and still are very mad at us. So because we still have Donato's, we just don't have as much. Well, just as local businesses balance their books, the county every year, the county commissioners, my colleagues Paula Brooks and Marilyn Brown and I have to balance our annual budget, and we strive to ensure that the budget's fiscally responsible and that it meets the essential needs of the county residents and it maintains the commissioner's commitment to our top priorities of supporting jobs and economic growth, maintaining core human services, including access to affordable health care, and affording housing and emergency shelter, and protecting the environment. One important way we set out to achieve these goals is by forging public-private partnerships like we've established here today with the City of Columbus, our partner on many, many things, COWIC, who we are glad to be partnered with, and several of the employers that are here today, including Donato's. We know that strong local businesses and employment opportunities are critical underpinnings to a thriving and vital economy, and we all know that the important role that programs like SOAR Hire have in preparing our youth to enter the workforce. Working during the summer, whether it's mowing grass, like my kids do, answering phones and making copies, delivering pizzas, or working at the local swimming pool is the rite of passage for many youth. They may not realize it now, but earning that summer paycheck is providing them with excellent work experience so that when they're ready to enter the workforce and as an adult, they have developed some of the necessary skills to be successful and confident in their abilities. Today I want to thank Jane and her talented team here at Donato's and all the other private partners that are here like FedEx and Starting Point Learning Center for stepping up and joining us in the hard work that it takes to prepare young people for future success. Franklin County is proud to commit nearly $4 million to help the talented youth obtain the work experience they desire. In fact, we're so committed that with this program that we're launching YouthWorks, which is a companion program to SOAR Hire, which will put an additional 500 Franklin County youth to work this summer. Not only are we committed to making job training and experience available today, but we're committed to making sure that jobs are there for the people who are venturing into the market. Today, we are collaborating on creating and maintaining an appealing environment for current and new businesses so that those good-paying jobs exist here. While we know that next year is going to be tough in regards to funding limitations, and it will be, we look forward to continuing these strategic partnerships and expanding upon other efforts already underway to get and keep our residents working. Thank you for your partnerships today in this endeavor, and we are looking forward to a successful summer. Thank you. Sorry. And it is my distinct honor, and I can't believe I got in. This is like when I had to introduce Arnold Schwarzenegger. How do you introduce a guy that everybody in the room knows? My good friend and a great partner, the best mayor in America, Mayor Michael Coleman.
Thanks, John. Thank you. First, I want to thank the Grody family and Donatos for doing all that you do. And first, this is the 50th anniversary of Donatos. Started in the South Side. There are now 2,400 employees, 156 restaurants all over the country. And it is a great restaurant, and it does great things for our city. It is a great entrepreneurial spirit, and it hires young people. And we're proud of this company. I'm also proud of the Grody family, because the Grody family, you would not believe how much they do in the community. It's unlimited and unbelievable, especially what they're doing in the South Side, where the first restaurant was located, where the Grody family put up significant resources to help an area that needs help. And they're working with the city, working with so many of us to make the South Side, as well as every other side in the city of Columbus, a better place to live and to work and to raise a family. This is a family restaurant, and they have family values, and they have community values. And this family I call champions of our city. I'm proud that they're here and proud of this company. My first job I had when I was 14 years, no, I take that back, I was much younger than that. But the one that I actually got paid for was actually at two. I worked in my father's rib joint, where I flipped ribs all day long, cooking and ribs and barbecue ribs. And, of course, it was the best ribs ever barbecued. And people, I grew up in Toledo, and people would come down from Detroit, Michigan to eat my ribs. And they'd be lined up down the street around the block. I was very proud of my ribs. The best sauce in America. I also bagged groceries when I was 14 years old. I had two jobs. And the value of a job to a young person is that it creates a discipline and a work ethic. It trains you on the basics of life and provides you a discipline that you need at that age. And that value, that discipline, and those basics and that work ethic carries with you the rest of your life. And it made a huge difference in my life when I had a job during the summer. Because if I didn't have a job during the summer, I probably wouldn't be here today. I probably would have done something wrong. Probably would have been involved in things I should not have been involved in. And that's what happens with today's kids. It's just like when I was growing up. When you're busy and focused and growing and being productive, you're not doing things you're not supposed to do. And you become a better person as a result. So SOAR Hire is an effort that we're all very proud of because it represents a great partnership. This year we'll have nearly 1,700 jobs in Central Ohio to put kids to work and to give them the basics of learning and life and the values that one needs to have, a work ethic. And, we're focusing on education in the city. We're stacking hands, everybody together. We're making education the #1 priority in the city of Columbus, and we're focused on it. And a job during the summer engages education because it teaches one career development and experience. And what we need is the business community to step up, to hire these young people for a 6-week period. It makes all the difference to this city, to that child's life, and to the businesses that hire them. They're a better business as a result of hiring these young people, as well as the young people themselves. So there's already employers have already stepped up. Now I want to go through them. Teleperformance, FedEx, Vicky's Restaurant, is that right? Vicky's? Oh, all right, it was misspelled here. Restaurant and Catering, Starting Point Learning Center, The Waterworks, Improve It Home Remodeling, Alford Inc., N&H Healthcare, Empleos and Employment, and Halicon, is that right? IT. So we're hiring in my office as well. In addition to the hundreds of interns we'll hire throughout the city, and I do mean hundreds, throughout the entire city, in my office we'll have 11 interns in the mayor's office. And we'll be glad to host them, train them up, and teach them up, and get them ready for life. Makes my office better, as well as those young people. So we can't do anything without City Council. We have a great City Council member with us. Priscilla Tyson has been a champion for young people in this city, and I'd like to bring her forward. Priscilla?
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor, and good morning. And I'm just really excited to be here today. And first of all, I want to thank again Jane Grody and the Grody family for hosting us here at their headquarters, and also for being in our city for 50 years. They have, and I certainly do eat Donato's Pizza. I go to the one in Bexley and on East Main Street, and they know my phone number probably before we even call it. When we call it in, they know who we are. So I want to say thank you for that. So we say Tyson, they know where we live and our number. So, but thank you for really being such a major community partner, that you have demonstrated that as an organization you can do well and do good at the same time, that you do not stay in business for 50 years and you're successful obviously by the number of people that are working here, the number of restaurants. So you're doing well financially, and you're also doing really good work in our community, and that is just an incredible combination, and your business will continue to grow because you care about the community. And kind of a little sidebar. Yesterday, I was out visiting one of the women's homeless shelters, and during my visit there, it was discussed that, and I'm also chair workforce development, it was discussed that the leader of the organization has had meetings with Jane in regards to making sure that we have a workforce development program for homeless women. So not only are you hiring young people and ensuring young people have a chance to move forward in their lives, but also there's so many dimensions, as the mayor just stated, with the work that's been going on the South Side, but then to be able to think about women and the homeless shelter and being able to put a workforce program together to help them to move forward their lives, because women, as women, we know how important we are in the lives of a family. And so I wanted to say thank you, Jane, for the ongoing work that Donato's is playing to move our community forward. Thank you so much. I am so excited about the SOAR Hire program. For all the partners that are here, the county is a major partner for the work that COWIC is doing, and interviewing all these young people and helping them to give them the initial skills, initial soft skills to be able to come out and to work with us. From the city's perspective, we're going to have about 250 interns at the city. The mayor mentioned he's going to have about 7 or 8 in his office. Columbus City Council will certainly have many of these young people in our office, and then and young people will be throughout the whole city of Columbus. And so we're excited to be able to have an investment of about $440,000 from the city to be able to have these young people within our organization. But SOAR Hire means so much more. It just means so much more. As the mayor stated, he too was an individual that got to work during the summer, and almost like we have the same speech, I too was able to be in a summer hire program. My initial hire program was at the neighborhood house, where I was very young. I picked up trash at the neighborhood house. My second job, though, was one that I worked in a profession that I would have never thought I would be in. I worked at a paint company. I was the only person of color that worked there and the only young person that was there, but that experience meant so much to me. I learned about paint and wall covering. I learned about, which is a hard skill that I certainly didn't have, but I also learned a lot of soft skills. I learned how to work with people that were different than me. I learned how to make sure that I was there on time. I learned how to be a team player, so I learned consensus building. I learned I had a caring adult that looked after me, and so that mentor was so important. And even though I had my mother and my father, it still meant it had a different meaning when I had these individuals that were there for me. I grew tremendously through that opportunity, and that's why it is so important that young people have an opportunity to learn soft skills and hard skills. And we know that if you are a hiring employer, you know one of the reasons that people aren't successful is because they do not have those soft skills. They don't know how to work with people. They don't know how to be a consensus builder. They don't know how to come to work on time. All those kinds of things they don't know. Well, when you hire these young people and you give them an opportunity to be in your organization, you're changing their life. You're giving them skills to be able to move forward in life, to be able to be the employees of the future and the employers of the future. You're also changing the trajectory of their lives. You're giving them an opportunity, as the mayor said, sometimes young people don't have a place to go in the summers, and what do? If you don't have something to do, you'll just figure out, you'll probably do something you're not supposed to do. But by you hiring them, you're helping the safety of the city. You're giving these young people what they need to be able to be the future leaders of Columbus, and you're changing their lives forever. So for me and for others, because someone took the chance in hiring me as a young person, it allows me to stand here today. It has changed the trajectory of my life, and that's what you're doing. So for those of you out here who are hiring these young people, thank you, thank you, thank you, because it isn't just about paying them, it's about changing their lives. It's about changing the next 7 generations of their life. It's about that individual moving forward and being successful. Their children will be successful. Their children will be successful. So it's not just about the pay. It's about changing of a life. So for those employers out here that have not yet signed up to be an employer, we need you. We need you to change the life of a young person, and that way you'll change the history moving forward for the city of Columbus, because these young people will absolutely be instrumental into the ongoing success of our city. So I thank you for this opportunity. I thank you. I thank the county. I thank, again, the mayor for his vision, and I thank Jane Abel and all the business community for caring about young people and caring about this community. So thank you. And now I want to introduce the Director of Job and Family Services, Mr. Anthony Trotman.
Well, this is my 5th opportunity to be a part of a summer youth employment program. And at a Franklin County funding level of $3.9 million, this is by far the largest undertaking thus far. Our county commissioners made sure we applied for as much funding as we could to make certain that the youth in Franklin County could have options this summer. As usual, we once again have great partners in the city of Columbus and the COWIC. And I have no doubt that this year the SOAR Hire program will be a great success. But there is more to Franklin County than the Columbus city borders, so to ensure that youth living in the outlying areas of Franklin County can also earn money this summer, we will also offer a Franklin County Youth Works program. To eliminate any confusion between the programs, the age requirements and the application process will basically be the same as the SOAR Hire program, and we will be working together as a team so no eligible child has to miss out on this wonderful opportunity. Parents will be able to access more information about the Franklin County Youth Works program on our website beginning today at franklincounty.ohio.gov/JAFS. Franklin County Youth Work employers will begin taking applications on June 4th, and employer information can be found on our website on that day. Collectively, more than 1,700 kids will have an opportunity to work and earn money this summer. And I think that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And so, without further ado, I want to bring up my friend, my partner at the COWIC, President and CEO, Suzanne Coleman Tolbert.
Well, thank you. I had to look at my watch because I couldn't tell whether it was still morning or afternoon. But hi to everybody. Again, my name is Suzanne Coleman Tolbert, and I have the pleasure of serving as the President and CEO of the Central Ohio Workforce Investment Corporation. And I first want to thank our host, Jane Brody Abel, and Donato's for agreeing to being this year's Employer Champion. Thank you so much. Jane and I had an opportunity to meet a couple of weeks ago. It was just by chance that we were at a United Way event, and she just stood out in a crowd, and I walked up to her and introduced myself. I didn't even know who she was, and then we started a conversation, and I told her how proud I was at COWIC to have her involved with the program this year. And every time I see her, she just has a beautiful smile, very welcoming, very easy to talk to. And we're just happy to be here and happy that you're hosting this today. And we know that with all the other businesses that are out here today, that she'll be a great champion for us this year. We have been doing this for the past 6 years, and Mayor Coleman and the County Commissioners and City Council and Job and Family Services has teamed with COWIC, our very capable team, to do the Summer Youth Employment Program. And Mayor Coleman, I think you remember when you first asked me to take this over, we were very young as an organization, didn't really know what we were getting into, but over the years we have grown with the support of our capable team and our capable board members, some of who are here today, and we have become a best practice Summer Youth Employment Program. Over the last 6 years, the business community has really stepped up to partner with us. My great partner over here, Anthony, we have worked together in tandem to provide services for the youth of our community, both the City of Columbus and Franklin County. We were fortunate also 3 years ago to start the Employer Champion. And the first Employer Champion, I want to recognize Elford Inc., because we have someone from their team here. Thank you very much. Columbia Gas was the second year, and of course Donato's is the third year. So I think this is becoming a tradition for SOAR Hire. Each of these employers have all been instrumental in gathering even more support from the business community to support summer jobs for our youth. And I certainly want to thank our mayor, Mayor Coleman, Commissioner O'Grady, Councilmember Tyson, and all the other elected and community leaders that have joined together to support COWIC and Job and Family Services so that we can do the work, the hard work, I might add. We call it Learn and Earn opportunities available for youth and young adults through the community work projects for our younger youth. I'm so glad to hear Jane talk about the opportunities for 14 and 15-year-olds. It's probably the hardest group of kids to place. We know you employers like to have the young adults, you know, the more mature teens, but we love our 14 and 15-year-olds, so we're very excited about them having opportunities. I just wanted to let you know that here in our community and throughout the state and the country, the unemployment rate for young people spikes at 20%. In some neighborhoods, it's way, way up there, like 30%. So we are just so proud that we're bringing all of you together to help us with this challenge. As the other speakers have mentioned, you know, this is your opportunity to really pay forward in the lives of these young people. It will stick with them. These opportunities will stick with them throughout their whole lives, and it does also impact the rest of their family. SOAR Hire is about successfully engaging our youth with all of you, with all of us. We're taking interns too, through meaningful, meaningful internships that will shape their futures. They'll decide to go back to school and possibly obtain higher education, and in some cases discover how they fit into our local demand occupations right here in our communities. We don't want them to go out of state. or out of the city. We want them to stay right here in our communities. They'll know that we're committed and we care about who they are and whose they are. And finally, I want to let you know that at COWIC, we've seen transformations like you wouldn't believe. Take firsthand one of our former interns, Akil Cavan. Akil came to us during our 2011 SOAR Hire program as an intern, looking all around, not knowing what he was going to do. Probably said, oh, this is going to be nice, you know. We put him to work. He has been doing so many activities and learned so much. But I'm going to have Akil come up. Come on up, Akil. Akil came to us. He was working on his undergrad degree. He completed that. He is now getting ready to graduate from Ohio Dominican University with a master's degree in business. And we have brought him on as a full-time employee. So we're proud of him. Close us out.
Thank you, Ms. Coleman-Tolbert. I also want to thank the Franklin County Commissioners, Mayor Coleman, and the city officials and all the ones who support this program. I wanted to start off by talking about my internship I started out as an intern at COWIC, July 2011. And I'll never forget the first couple of days I was there, because I came in and met with the HR representative that we had at the time. And we went over all the paperwork, and I went to my cubicle, and I don't remember if anybody else remembers their first cubicle, but I was so excited to have my first cubicle. It was amazing to have my own personal space, and it wasn't an office, but it was a cubicle. It was my own personal space. So I put pictures up and decorated until this day. Everybody knows I'm a diehard Patriots fan, and I have all my pictures up. But the SOAR Hire program really taught me what it's like to be a professional and work in a professional environment. When I first came in, I really had no idea what to expect or how to conduct myself. I was in school, and that only teaches you so much. You know, you get assignments to turn in and talk to you about the office setting and the employers that you'll come in contact with, but nothing speaks to what it'll really be like until you experience it firsthand. So it was really an eye-opener to what it was like to have to achieve certain tasks during the day. Every day you come in, you have to have duties to do and complete before the day is over. And it really gave me the experience I need to start my career path and think about what goals I want to achieve in the future. And my advice to future participants is to just take advantage of the program. Really invest yourself in the program. You only get out of the program as much as you put in. And it's really important to introduce yourself to people you come in contact with. I would go around the office and introduce myself. Events we go to, introduce yourself, shake hands, collect business cards, and you never know who you're going to meet. So it's really important to always be open to meeting people and introducing yourself. So down the road, maybe they might remember you, or you might contact them, and they'll have a big opportunity for you to take advantage of. And these connections and relationships are really life-changing. I know a lot of people sometimes don't think about the relationships that you can build and take advantage of, but relationships are really important in life. You never know when you're going to need help or assistance or any direction that you may need from the relationships you build with people you meet. And I just want to finish by reiterating how thankful I am to COWIC and our Franklin County Commissioners, Mayor Coleman, city officials, and everyone that played a hand in putting this program together and making it such a great success, because the success of this program has translated into my success and the success of future participants in the program. And it really has given me a foundation to start my path toward my professional career. And thank you, everyone, for listening.
Good job. Thank you. Good job.